Hello, everybody! As you probably know, it's the TheRedMageKro, and welcome back to a post-commentary of the subscribers. Rimworld, to be exact. And, by the way, I did notice that, on episode 3, it doesn't have any music. Oops! Sorry about that. What's going on there? Hold up. Wait, no. Oh, it looks like we have somebody who crash landed and needs some help. So we're going to send out Senju, who is our fastest person because he has the fast walking trait. So he's going to go over there and he's going to rescue them. Nice! So, with that being said, sorry about that once more, but let's get back onto my topics. So, I want to say, for the record, I don't typically like to talk about another game when we're playing a game, mainly because it takes away from the game I'm playing. But I do feel that, one, I won't be able to get into this topic anytime soon, namely because of how long it's going to take me to learn this character, and let's face it, we're not playing the game, itself. We're typically, we're actually doing a post-commentary, so I feel like it's a little bit fine at this point. So, not entirely sure what I'm looking at here, if at all, but, you guys can probably take note. Maybe you guys might be able to find out what I'm talking about. But, let's go ahead and talk about Daishi, who is a freaking technical, sadistic bleh. Holy shoot. So, the three new characters that came out, Shadow Ranger, Quantum Ranger, and freaking Daishi, are stupidly hard to learn. And that's mainly because most of their combos come from the specials. Like, not like, their special attacks where they go into, like, a freaking cinematic mode and they, you lose control. No, I mean freaking, like, their specials. So, like, how, like, Quantum Ranger kind of, like, shoots his gun, or, like, freaking Shadow Ranger has, like, all these different, like, weird little combo things. That type of jazz. But Daishi is on a whole different level of bulboo, as I'm going to say it. You see, his specials give him a full range of movement that a lot of other characters do not have, as we have Senju most likely taking care of the new person. I can't read that, it's too blurry, I'm sorry. Anyways, and that's not to mention that he has, like, 3 attacks per special, and he has, like, 3 different specials, so altogether, that's 9 different ways that he can relatively go about it, as well as a cancel to most of those moves. I think that there's only one that, as Umbreon experiences an inspiration, there's only one that he can't necessarily cancel from, and that's when he, like, leaps over, but, anyways, this gives him crazy setups, and gives him crazy combo potentials as well. Heck, I've seen people 0 to death other people with Daishi, with some assists to hook his damage potential up. However that may be, his specials can get screwed up, and you may dash in farther than you like, or you may miss a combo because of mistiming an input. It's crazy! So, God, like, he has this gosh dang sick grab that he can basically do. Basically our new person, Minties. Yeah, it looks like her name is Minties, and she has an infection, and we've lost people to an infection before, so basically I prioritize this as fast as I can, and the way that it works is that, in order for us to, save her from the infection, there's a rate of infection that basically outbeats the infection. So the infection has, like, a little bar or a little percentage that goes up, and then like the infection minor, which has a percentage next to it, and we have to get the immunity up before the infection basically goes to 100%. Just so you guys know. Anyways, so yeah, he has the sick grab that he can do to opponents in the air, right? And he can set this up just fine on his own. The only thing is that you have to get the timing to use his dash and press triangle within a couple of frames before he dashes, and you've heard that right. You have to do it before he dashes. And if you mistime it, then he's going to basically run towards the opponent. And yeah, let's just say that like while there are some situations where you might want to do that, there are going to be a lot of situations where you don't want to do that. As I am going over how the infection most likely is, you know, very terrifying at this stage because we don't want anybody to relatively die. So, yeah, so there is that. But then you also have to take into consideration that there is lag online sometimes. Sometimes you can't help that. And let me tell you right now, for those of you who have not played Battle for the Grid, mashing is not your friend in this game like it is in other games. You can there are combos that you do in the game that will not work if you try to mash. So like Daishi, you do 3 of his heavies, and basically he brings his leg down and it knocks you up a little bit. But you also can do this bit where you crouch, press square, as Umbreon is sleeping in a ridiculously cold room, so he has hypothermia. I have to get him out of there. And so, like, you can pick the person back up with Daishi, which normally is... I don't think a lot of other characters can do that on their own. But you can basically crouch, light, it picks them back up, and you can do 2 medium attacks to net them in the air, and you can set them up after. Now, it is relatively... The difficult part comes by using that light to pick them back up. Because, you know, you can basically do the 3 heavies, but you cannot mash that light. If you try to mash that light, it will not come out, or it'll come out too late, leaving you in a position to get comboed on. And, you know, that's something that you don't necessarily want. As we have Graphic, you know, doing her researching, but she's going to ignore all her other jobs, by the way. In the meantime, while she's doing that. Which is why I don't necessarily, like, I don't know if there's a way to keep Graphic from, like, doing research or, like... I know I've seen, like, other people put up policies and whatnot. So I'm thinking, you know, that there must be some way to do that. As I get rid of those walls so that I can basically put a cooking table right there and have the door up by 1. It's just, you know, to make living there a little bit more easier. So yeah, mashing is not your friend, and in lag, that might be a little... It's going to be pretty difficult. So, Daishi might not be someone who's going to be very online friendly. As you can see that the immunity is now 26, while the infection was at 24 there. So she's outbeating the infection with her immunity. But eventually, that infection can go from minor to a more severe... Meteorite lands. Great. That's more compact steel for us. Lovely. So we're just basically cooking food and whatnot at this point, while trying to make sure that, you know, Minty's does not die of an infection. So, yeah, he might not be online friendly. Doesn't mean that you should not try to play him online. I think he looked a lot of fun, and I'm going to attempt it as I try to put the little cooking thing right there. So that we can make more food better and whatnot. So, you know, and that's basically what I want to do. I want to take Daishi online. I'm just more worried about how he is very difficult at this point, which is why I am taking my sweet time relearning the game, because I have not played this game in a while, mind you. So, as I have to micromanage graphic, putting in all these wires. I haven't played this game in a while. I completely forgot how to play Quantum Ranger, and whatnot. And so I have to bring up an entirely new team because Daishi is not a very, he's not a character that works with my team of Trini and Troy. So we're going to have to get rid of Trini in order to feature Daishi. And if anything, Daishi seems really fun to the point where, you know, I want to kind of pick him up. So we might say bye-bye to Trini in the meantime. Oh, and then we got muscle parasites. That's right. Frick my life. This is where things got hectic for me. Umbreon and Graphic got muscle parasites. And in the last playthrough, those completely effed up my colony. Like, I think someone died from them, and I don't remember who. But if you do not micromanage those muscle parasites, your people do die, and it's not fun. So the guy who basically is the difficulty, he's making my life a little bit of a freaking hectic, freaking hell. He's making it hell for me, okay? As I go and I have to put the other bed that we have in that area right next to Umbreon's so that we can get both of them to, you know, be in the same room so that Senju can do his medical work on. God bless Senju, he is our savior. Anyways, this has gone on for multiple paragraphs worth of talking, mind you. Like, I legitimately wrote down everything because there's a lot to Daishi that I needed to write down. So we're gonna end it here until I record the game. And by the way, I still haven't touched Dragon Ball FighterZ Z or whatever the frick that game is called. I'll get to that, but I have to relearn that game as well. I haven't touched it in the longest time. You know, like, Tekken is full of muscle memory for me. Blaze Blue is very simple. I can always get back into that game. But, you know, these games are complicated. You get 3 people that you have to fight. So, a little bit of a heart going on there. But yeah, other than that, like, it's going to take me time to get back into those games. Especially learn the new Broly. Whether or not I want to pick a Bardock. I'm going to have to learn Cooler, because, you know, Cooler was always, like, the #1 character I wanted in Fighters. But I just never got around to playing it. So, it's either going to be Bardock, Cooler, Broly, or it's going to be Android 21, Cooler, Broly. It's going to be, you know, one of those 2 teams. But I feel like we're at a point where we can ask the question of the day, in which this question of the day came actually because of today. Do you peeps eat your chocolate, or do you just let it melt in your mouth? I mainly savor the smoothness the chocolate gives, and the sweetness lasts a bit longer too as it coats every inch of the tongue. Don't hold up, I got some chocolate right here. I'm gonna be a little unprofessional. I'm gonna grab the little not named brand chocolate, even though it is a brand of chocolate, and I'm just going to plop that in my mouth, and I'm going to savor it right here. It's like a little strawberry tasting one too. It's pretty okay. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. Okay. So now, you know, with the question of the day out of the way, I don't know if this is going to, like, last longer than the video has left. I think I put like 25 minutes on this one. Namely because I thought I had a lot more to talk about. If I didn't, you know, we wouldn't be able to talk about this other little section here, because we're getting dangerously close to the 20-minute mark. This is good, though. So, let's talk about having another Rimworld Let's Play on the channel. What I mean by that, of course, is having this Let's Play of the subscribers alongside a Let's Play where we use only one person to tame animals and maybe get some human companions along the way later. What the frick is that? It's like metal. Did filling come out of my mouth? I don't know what this is. Quite frankly, I don't like the fact that it was probably in my chocolate. I would have bit into my chocolate and this was in there. That would hurt, and I just lost it. Oh well. Don't know what that was. It was small, looked like a filling, felt like a filling. Could have been metal in the chocolate itself. I don't know. Good thing I was savoring the chocolate instead of biting down on it. So, we got our rice basically being harvested now, which is good. And anyways, I hope you guys like the new thumbnail I made for this series. And there's a mad rat. Senju, protect the town. You know, took me a little while. I thought it was very clever that I used an Umbreon for the O. I'm very happy about that on my own part. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this. So, this would be like every other day or so, right? So one day, it would be the subs, and the other is about the rancher. And this would go on every day until one ends. And, you know, I just want these two series of Rimworld because I'm having a blast with the Rimworld. So once it ends, you know, we're going to stop Rimworld there. We're going to have it go on, like, a hiatus. We'll be done with it for a while until I want to bring it back because I have a freaking, you know, want of playing this game. I love this game. Why does it look like it's been paused for a while? I don't know why it looks like it's been paused for a while. But, if anything, I was probably doing some really deep thinking. Either that or I went somewhere. Which is always the case, and I lost the rat. I lost the gosh dang rat. Where is he? Where did he go? Hello? Oh, that's right. I can go in and, it looks like a link stat is red. I did, however, mark that rat as to hunt it, so I was able to find it. So I got Umbreon on the case. It looks like I don't have Senju on this just yet. The rat is getting dangerously close, so I'm going to have Umbreon wait at this point so that he can basically shoot that rat. Oh boy. I think I do eventually get Senju in on this, even though he's sleeping. Because, let's face it, that rat is getting dangerously close to Umbreon. Yep, there it is. I'm drafting him, and I'm making him attack that rat. Aw, yeah. But that rat is fast. Holy jeez, look how fast that rat is. As I have Umbreon, like, meleeing that rat. He meleeed it once, and it's dead. So, that allows me to get Senju to sleep. Umbreon's having a major break risk. I go and I make him, like, rest, and I make sure to prioritize healing Umbreon. And it's at this point that we're getting pretty low on our medical supplies. And we're going to be using a lot of those medical supplies for the muscle parasites, too. In which I have to micromanage every single moment so that nobody dies. By the way, with that also being said, this new you know, schedule that I have planned out for, you know, having 2 different Rimworlds will not necessarily, as I just know, I don't know if I just noticed. I don't notice it right away, but you can see that there's like one area in that entire building that is not being powered or bringing the power together. So that's why it's that's why we can't use the workstation, and I don't figure that out, so I make a campfire right fast. I mainly thought that the windmill wasn't making enough power, but that's not the case. So, you know, so the schedule would be that every Tuesday, Thursday, there are 2 episodes. And then every other day, you'll get like a video. Well, not every other day, but every day you'll get like a Rimworld video. So you'll get more because like I can record like a frick ton of this, put 20 minutes of it or so, and you get roughly, like, depending on how long I actually play them, which is typically for an hour at a time, that would basically mean that you guys get roughly 4 videos out of 1 recording session, which is actually not bad. And and if I do 1 hour of 2 different Rimworlds, well, guess what? That's 8 videos. That's 1 for pretty much every day of the week, and then guess what? You have 1 left over. Nice. And sometimes it even goes longer than that, so it's all good. As I realize that Graphic is getting really stressed out from just researching the absolute crud out of this. And so, basically, I have to get her more fun time because, you know, she's going to, like, freaking... Oh my god, Graphic. Micromanaging is basically what I have to do with Graphic. But it's time for Graphic to go to sleep. That's good. That's fine. We're doing very well at this point. Although, freaking, I think his name's Randy. I don't fully remember, but Randy is basically making it really hard. Not with raids, but mainly with freaking medical problems that pop up every so often. Infection, muscle parasites, a mad animal or 2 every now and again, but still we haven't received a raid. In which I found out a couple of things that affect how the raids go, and that's basically depending on how your base looks, and how, like, it's, how do I say? Basically, it's the value of your base due with the number of people, and your skills as well also play a factor into, like, how difficult the raids get, how difficult the game gets. Or so I've been finding out by watching other people play this game. So, yeah, that is something that I've noticed. And if anything, we are getting pretty close. We got like about 2 minutes or so left on the video. And if anything, we're going to basically end it right here. Umbreon's having his major break risk. You don't want to break at this point. And you can see all these things that are basically bringing him down. But I hope you all relatively enjoyed the topics. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A lot more stuff is happening at this point in time with the settlers of the subs. But most importantly, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all in the next recording. See ya! Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye now. Bye. Bye. Hey, what are you still doing here? Oh, you're watching the rest of the video. Okay. I'll leave you guys then.